Hello, in today's video journal, we will go ahead and be discussing a little bit about FERPA. FERPA stands for Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act and is a legislation that governs education records and dictates how that information is handled and managed in regards to a student. FERPA's primary purpose is to ensure that parents do have the right to view their students' educational records and also decide who that information is shared with and who is allowed to access those records. Um, Under FERPA, both mom and dad do have access to those rights, unless there is a court order that mandates that only specific parent has the right and takes away the right from another parent, then that would change things, and the other parent would have to consent for example, the father to view the student's educational records. Um, Another thing would be that usually FERPA requires all school districts to inform parents of their rights under FERPA each academic year. Also, under FERPA, usually a parent or natural parent, which would be a guardian or a step parent, would be considered as a parent and would be given full rights under FERPA to view the student's educational records. Even if it's, a step parent, usually they have day-to-day basis contact with the student and would be given rights under FERPA. And an example where a parent would not have to consent to release certain educational records under FERPA would be in case of an emergency or in case that there's harm or to other students or other individuals. Then FERPA does allow to share those educational records with other parties without parent consent. Another thing under FERPA would be, if a school counselor is subpoenaed, then there would be no parent consent needed because under FERPA, technically, that information is able to be accessed and shared with the courts if they do require a order to share that information. But other than that, I did understand that under FERPA is basically just giving rights to parents to access their students' records and have a choice on where the information gets shared and who it gets shared with. Lastly, it would just be if a student is transferring schools or moving schools, then under FERPA they are able to access those records and information. But yeah, again, FERPA does mean Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act.